Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson, and I'm back today with another 8 trades. Today's date is April the 14th, and I am using my new system called the Pro Scalper. I love it because it makes my trading easy, gives this pop-up alert window, this box right here. It's telling you the pair, the time, the price, gives you lots of information. Now it doesn't mean you should take the trade right away. I give a lot of advanced tips and tricks on how you can get into the trade at a better price. Now before we get into the trades, I would like to inform you that all trading systems will work less than 50% of the time. That includes all my trigger systems. Now it took me 8 years and over 700 trading systems to learn that. To get that up to 80 to 90% success rate, you will have to learn how to trade the flow of the market, which is what I teach. Now remember, it's not what can I do, how my trading is going. You have to find a mentor who is successful, who's been down the road and has a lot of experience. Now I have over 50,000 hours of chart time, and I spent well over $70,000 on education. Now this is what you're going to need. A lot of education, which is not free, just to let you know that. You will pay money. So instead of giving money to the broker, you should be paper trading in a demo account until you are good. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be giving the broker all your money. So instead of giving it away, you should be taking that money and buying education. I learned that the hard way because the first year I lost over $30,000. I got tired of giving money to the broker, so I decided to buy education. You will also have to learn trade management, money management. I've made trading the market simple and easy to do for all 3 sessions, including many ways to trade the markets. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will encourage me to do more of these videos. If you leave your name and email address, I will put you on my email list for free weekly trading tips. So let's get into these trades. First one I did was the CAD. Now on this trade, pulled the trigger. It was saying top left corner here to buy. So I bought, and when it started doing this pullback, I figured time to get out of the trade. Looks like I locked in 8 pips here. And 8 pips on the CAD paid $636. Now when I saw it approaching this trend line, and down at the bottom, too much red, main reason why I decided to just close the trade. Moving on to the Euro Yen. Keeping in mind, let's see, Euro Yen. Keeping in mind that my daily goal, which I hit it almost every day, minimum 100 pips. Most days it's over, and today's another day where it's well over 100 pips. And many times I just throw on a trend line just to see what that looks like. Now once I saw that it broke through here, moving on its way up, I decided to eventually take the trade on this Euro Yen. And as you can see, this is where I got in at. Let's see. Let me see if I can load that again. Looks like when I pulled the trigger that the spread spiked a bit. And as you can see in the left corner over here, it's 5. So the market, the brokers do that sometimes when you pull the trigger it spikes up, increases in value. But nonetheless, in real time, I had many signals down at the bottom along with the scalper telling me to buy at this point, which is what I did. Finally, I closed it out with 10 pips, and 10 pips on the euro yen paid $917. And of course, if I didn't get out at that point, I could have threw a trend line on there, and of course, by the time we get around this area, definitely have to get out of the trade. Anyhow, moving right along, Aussie Cad is the next pair. I took the trade. Let's see where I got in at, and we can talk about it. Very clear from way back here. We're buying. Scalpers saying to buy. This also qualifies for a great way to trade. That's using all the indicators at the top, the moving averages, and the indicators down at the bottom. Now on this pair, I was not expecting a lot of pips. It was just borderline to scalping. As you can see, the ADR, top left corner, is only 40 pips. So that's all I did. Jumped in, grabbed a few pips. Looks like 12 pips here, and 12 pips on the Aussie Cad paid $956. Now this is the easiest way to trade. I call it a great way to trade, and you will see dozens and dozens of perfect trade setups within the training videos. Pound CAD. Let's go take a look at the Pound CAD. Let's drag and drop it up and see what's happening here. So I did get the signal right here. There was a pop-up signal. I took the trade. Actually at this cursor here. I've been using trend lines a lot more lately, as it helps a lot. So once I saw the scalper and it hit the goal line and it broke the trend line and everything looks good down at the bottom. I cannot go into much detail exactly because I will get traders saying, oh, you know, too much red, but everything down there, believe me, is good to take the trade. And I teach when it's good and when it's not good to take the trade. Now it did one more little test down, went back a little bit, but not a big deal. Went back only 16 pips. Finally closed it out. Remember, when I close out the trades, I'm looking at totals, and my goal is 100 or more pips per day. And when I get around that area, I just close the trade. So anyhow, 15 pips on the Pound CAD, paid $1,193. Now, if you're the type of trader who actually likes to make more pips, I actually teach how you could have stayed in a trade actually for another 12 more pips. So anyhow, I go into great detail. What you're paying for is the training, the education. Remember, education's not free. Don't do like I did. The websites and the people who are selling, many of those people are they're not even traders. They're just selling. You fall into like a trap, which is what happened to me. And I ended up buying a lot of systems. Now I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the systems. What is wrong is they don't give enough education. And remember, if they don't give enough education, that's because, let's say you pay $97. Well, you're going to get a PDF book. That is not enough to cut it. You need a lot of education. And that's why I give, 4 gigabytes, over 40 training videos, 42 training videos, and I teach many different things on how to trade the markets. And this is what you need. Chart examples, trade examples. This is what you're going to need. And guaranteed, by the time you find success at trading the markets. It will be a number of years, and you will more than likely spend well over $10,000 in education. If you don't spend the money, you will not become successful. And that is why I decided to give a lot of education, high value for pennies on the dollar. Remember, you can Skype me. I'll give you a Skype call for free, and I can go in much more detail explaining that. Moving right along to the Euro Cad. Let's drag and drop so we can talk about it. From way back here, we're buying, scalper saying buying, and of course, the system. Remember, I have the scalper on top of one of my trigger systems, so one of my triggers, this trigger system, is saying to buy here and here. I finally got in the trade because I was 95% sure I had a winner, and guess what? Exactly what I had, a winner. 19 pips, and 19 pips on the Euro Cad paid $1,511. Remember, my trading success is extremely high because I've put in the time and bought a lot of education and done thousands and thousands and thousands of trades. So once you get to that point, you will find a lot of success. Pound yen. Really like trading this pound yen. I try to do it almost on a daily basis. It just seems to pump out the pips. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Hey, what's going on here? What's going on? Now, I cannot go into too much detail, but I'm going to tell you, I teach exactly how to trade this. I call it the pullback. And I explain how to do it, what the chart should look like, take the trade with a small stop. Stop is not very big. I took the trade here knowing my stop would be 10 pips. Never did hit it. And let's face it, if it's not going to go down, well, it's going to go up. It's as simple as that. And I teach exactly how to do that. Could have stayed in the trade for a lot more pips, almost 50 pips there. But you know, how many pips do you want a day? You know, I'm very happy. And hopefully one day you will be just as happy. 19 pips on the pound yen, paid $1,742. And I'll repeat it again. I teach exactly how to stay in the trade to capture more pips. Now this trade was not a great way to trade. As I teach in the videos, it is trading pullbacks. And this is exactly what the market does. And what I did do was I threw a trend line. Could be up here, could be here. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. When it broke it, I knew that there was a very high, good chance it was going to give me some pips. And when I'm in a little bit of doubt, I just throw a trend line on there. How difficult is it to do? Quite simple, actually. Euro Aussie. Let's run a check on this one. Now this trade happened to turn out to be a great way to trade. Perfect example what the chart should look like. Let's see where I got in at. I waited, and when I knew that the upcycle was over, well, let me just get in. And I was monitoring it, and I was very happy to see that it broke the bottom. Definitely could have stayed in the trade for more pips. But as I said, I was happy when I closed it out with 24 pips. And 24 pips on the Euro Aussie paid $1,848. And again, I could have easily grabbed more pips. but I'm not that greedy. And by the way, on this next one here, I've had a trader just in the past few days said, please, can you do gold? He said, gold moves a lot every day. And I said, yeah, I know. But anyhow, just for this trader, I'm doing it for him. Or gold, where are we? Here we go with gold. So let's see where I got in at. Well, there it is right there. This is a bit of advance. I would call this more aggressively taking the trade, as the scalper is still pinpointing the fact of buying. But I saw it coming down, and when I saw all this, what it looks like down at the bottom, I knew it was going to go. So I pulled the trigger. Stop would have only been 2 points, and I could have got a lot more. But I was very happy at this point with, that's actually 40 ticks. And 40 ticks ended up paying out. Gold pays really well, just to let you know. 40 ticks ended up paying $4,040. So, but just remember, it pays a lot when you're winning, and you can lose a lot when you're losing. So be careful. Only trade gold when you really are a good trader. You have to be a good trader, or else you'll be crying the blues. Now, as I said, I jumped in. Should have jumped. Well, I actually teach get in right here. But the difference from there to there was only 5 ticks. Not a big deal. As I knew it was going to go. And I just wanted to show you, because this video, I'm just going to call it, trading with trend lines, showing some examples. As I've had another trader ask, do you ever use trend lines? So this video is for that trader. So another great day for trading. Love trading using my Pro Scalper. Today's pip total happened to produce 147 pips, and those 147 pips paid $12,847. So if your trading is not producing like my Pro Scalper, I suggest you get your hands on it. All you got to do is look below this video. You'll get some information along with my contact information. It's a Pro Scalper. I do charge $250. Remember, you have to learn how to trade the flow of the market. Now, it comes with 4 gigabytes of training. You get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. It comes with 5 MT4 templates, 10 custom indicators, and my favorite meter. It also comes with a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and that's what you're going to need. A lot of education to succeed. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of ways to trade, and I teach a lot of ways to trade, so that's why there's 42 training videos, and I threw in 9 bonus videos. As I mentioned, there was a trade in here, how to trade pullbacks, but the one I'm going to talk about is a great way to trade, and that one there has at least a 90% success rate. Once you learn how to trade this way on top of how to trade the flow of the market. Remember, I teach that. You have to learn that if you ever want to get your trading up to 80 or 90% success rate. So you can put this on pause, read all the different ways of trading that I teach. Any questions? Simple. Pick up the phone and call me right here. If you live too far, just send me an email. Remember, there's an underscore. Now, if you click on this link, we will have a Skype connection, and through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session and answer all your questions. Now, if you click on this link, you will see 32 screenshots of all the different trigger systems I've been building over the years. So it's time to wrap up this video, and I'll repeat it one more time. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.